Welcome back. I want to talk about how to trigger a sensitive information type in your Microsoft Endpoint DLP policy. So within the compliance.microsoft.com page here, we went to policies, data loss prevention. We pulled up our policy, went to the advanced DLP rule inside the policy. And here you can see my two conditions, sensitive information type and sensitivity labels. I talked about the sensitivity label in another video, but let's talk about the sensitive information type. To create this custom sensitive information type, I need to go to the data classification page within the compliance portal here, and then click on sensitive information types. Now these are all the different built-in sensitive information types that Microsoft has. As you can see, there's 153 of them, plus my custom one that makes 154. And these span across bank account numbers to PII, to social security numbers, to international data like you can see here, IP addresses, so on and so forth. I'll come back and talk more about this here in just a moment, but I created a custom one called Project Falcon. So let's just do a quick search. And to create that, I just click on Create Info Type. It's really easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy up. And let's edit the sensitive information type. And under requirements for matching, you could choose keywords, regular expression, dictionary. I'm just doing keywords, and it's keying off of the keywords Project Falcon. I don't have any supporting elements, although I could add it, but I'm not going to. And then my confidence level, I've lowered it down to 30% just for testing purposes, and I've left the character proximity at the defaults. A cool little trick here you can try with these sensitive information types is you can test them. So if I just click on Test Type, I can create a new document here. Let's call this Project Falcon. And we're going to type in this document contains data that pertains to Project Falcon and save it. And I'm going to upload that document here to test it. Now, look at that. There's my Endpoint DLP policy in effect. So let me just click override because I have that policy in place. And it allowed me to override it and allowed me to upload that document. And I'm just going to click test. It's going to go through this document. And if it matches those keywords, it'll let me know. And look at that. It has a 30% confidence that it met a match for Project Falcon. So that's pretty easy. So going back to the sensitive information types, I created a custom one. I just want to talk briefly, though, about some of these. These 153 built-in sensitive information types, and they're growing. When you come into these, you can't really edit these. They're built in, but they contain different patterns. In fact, there's a great document out there that will tell you exactly what these things are. For that first one, ABA routing number, here's the format that it's looking for, the pattern that it's looking for. Even here's the XML for it. Here's some of the keywords it's looking for inside that information type. So this will tell you exactly what it's looking for. I often get asked, Matt, how do these things work? What are they looking for? Here's one for social security numbers. Again, the patterns that it's looking for. And then here's the XML, and then here's any keywords. So just something to keep in mind around these sensitive information types. Okay, so now let's come back to our policy. And I told it for that sensitive information type, just have a match accuracy of 20% just for testing purposes. And then I'm going to leave the rest of this at the defaults there. Now, once I save that, I can test this. So let's clear out my notepad here for my previous test. Let's delete that file and let's create a new file. And we're going to call this Project Falcon Sensitive Information Type. And open it up, and we're going to type in some text here. This document is a test file that contains highly sensitive data that pertains to Special Project Falcon. Perfect. Let's go ahead and save that. And then once I save it, I'm going to try to violate my Endpoint DLP policy. So let's highlight this text, right-click, choose copy, and let's paste it in a notepad. And it failed. I can't paste it. So that's my Endpoint DLP policy in action. Now, if I try to print this file, look at that. It flags it down here as well. I get a toast notification, let me know that I cannot print it. Now I do have overrides enabled, so I can allow it if I want. Let me try to copy this over to a USB stick. So here's the file. Let's try to copy it over. Look at that. It denies me the ability to copy it to a USB stick, although I can override it if I so choose. I could click on Take Action, and then I could tell it to go ahead and allow it to copy to removable media. And then at that point, it will allow me to do it, right? Let's try to upload it to my personal email. So let's just open up a new email here in Yandex, and we're going to try to upload this. And look at that. It blocks it, although I could click override because my policy allows me to do that. I could always turn off overrides. So you get the idea. Now, the thing that's important to understand about this is it's keying off of these keywords. In the previous video, I showed you how we can do it with the sensitivity label, but that's not applied. It's only looking at the keyword. So there you have it, folks. That's how I create a endpoint DLP policy using a sensitive information type rather than using a sensitivity label. Stay tuned because I got some more videos coming on endpoint DLP. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.